Hello, we are Sorted Food, and today we answer the question, who makes the world's best hummus? Chefs or the internet?
Why would you say the world's best hummus? Just adds extra pressure.
Representing the chefs here at Sorted, we have Ben, and representing the community on YouTube, we have Jamie. They're going to cook up some recipes, we're going to blind taste it, and we're going to crown a winner. Boys, start cooking in 3, 2, 1. Blend.
Step number 1, it's all about the chickpeas. In a Pick the Premium video that we did, we blind taste tested a chickpea stew, and the premium chickpeas were massively better. So I have gone all out on the biggest jar of the biggest chickpeas that I could find. I'm going to drain them into a bowl, keeping my aquafaba or chickpea liquid safe, because I'm going to use that later.
Safe. Keep it safe.
I'm not pouring it down the drain.
Now, whilst I wholly hear what Jamie has to say, in a chickpea casserole, the chickpea is everything. But in a hummus, you're going to blend it up. So I am going for a cheaper tinned chickpea option. I'm just going to do something really special with them, which is cook them a bit more. So the entire tin with all their aquafaba into a pressure cooker, plus another 400 ml of water, i.e. the tin again, plus half a teaspoon of bicarb, and cook it for 10 minutes on high pressure.
Pressure cooking chickpeas. Very cheffy.
Now, from what I can tell from all of the research and the tips on YouTube, is it can be simple, but it doesn't mean it's easy. One of the big tips was roast your garlic to get the best, rich, deep garlic flavour that you can. Cut the top off a whole bulb of garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper. I'm going to wrap that up into an oven for about half an hour.
Half an hour hummus. And slow cooked hummus.
Get your nose in there.
Wow, that is fantastic.
I love roasted garlic.
And these will literally just squeeze out. I'm going to add one in to start with, and then I'm going to adjust as I go. And this is going to be a running theme for all of my hummus.
I love these videos. These are my favourite because it's normally the subtleties that make the difference. We usually have two very similar recipes, but there's tiny little differences, and they are the things that elevate the dishes, and I cannot wait.
I'm going to do 10 times the amount of garlic, but I'm not going to roast it off. I'm going to treat it slightly differently. First of all, I'm going to use all the bits that Jay didn't use, and a total of 10 or 12, depending on their size, cloves of garlic, with the juice of 2 lemons, blended up, and 2 teaspoons of salt.
Oh, he's getting cheffy, I like it.
So you sniffed Jamie's roasted garlic. Would you like to taste my raw garlic? 2 lemons, bit of salt.
There's a lot of everything going on there.
Too much, probably.
No, it's balanced. Oh, no. You're in trouble.
Oh, no! Time to up my game. Now, here's where Ebbers and I can agree. We need a base for our hummus. Every comment that I found said, get the best possible tahini and olive oil that you can. And if you skimp on olive oil and tahini, the game's over. So I have upped the game considerably. Welcome to Spaff's tahini tasting. 3 different tahinis to choose from. These are all really good quality tahinis, but I don't know what they each taste like and what the subtleties are. Tahini number 1. Very nutty, very cloying. Tahini number 2, similar consistency to number 1. However, this was more liquidy on top, more oily on top, so I had to mix it together. Not as intense. Interesting. Oh, not as intense, more rounded in flavour.
This is worthwhile.
Yeah.
None of us believed it, but this is worthwhile. Wow, very different.
Tahini number 3, thick and chunky AF. This is a dark tahini. Oh, it's more subtle in flavour, but deeper in flavour as well. It's there and it takes more time to come out.
Which one are you going to use?
My tahini of choice will be number 3. This is going into a food processor, 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm going to add a large 2, and I can always add more later on. The juice of a lemon, a pinch of cumin, good glug of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to decide which one I want as well. And some salt.
What are you looking for?
Don't know until I taste it. This one is smoother, less bitter, and less peppery. And I think it's going to add a nice richness to the mouth. Do you think I've opened it properly?
I'm obviously also adding tahini, a big part of hummus. I'm adding a virgin olive oil and tahini, not a dark roast, but kind of a medium roast all in, but quite a lot of it, like almost as much as the chickpeas.
Ooh.
Then you blend for another couple of minutes. Chickpeas are done.
Whoa! That always gets me.
With my chickpeas cooked, drain it into a colander and add them into what is now the tahini, olive oil, lemon juice, salt and garlic mixture. Do it while they're hot, because the heat of the chickpeas and a couple of tablespoons of the water they cooked in also helps take the rawness off the garlic.
I'm now going to add my chickpeas in batches, and that's basically going to help them blend up better. I like a little bit of texture. And one other, I thought slightly unusual, tip.
Dramatic frame exit.
I'm going to add in a couple of ice cubes with each batch of chickpeas, and that's going to help keep the hummus at a really good temperature and not basically cook it whilst it's mixing.
How hot's your blender?
But if it's going to be on for a while, friction in it.
Oh, okay.
A valid point.
In contrast, Ebbers, your hummus looks very, very smooth.
Yeah, I'm going smoother than smooth. In contrast to the ice cubes, I've gone in with my chickpeas hot, and I'm actually just going to keep blending it until it pretty much comes down to room temperature, like a good 4 or 5 minutes of blending. It also whips loads of air into it. But in the meantime, I can carry on with a topping, which is going to be frying off some smoked pancetta and some chicken thigh, then adding in a whole bunch of delicious spices, salt and pepper, Aleppo pepper, cumin, coriander, cinnamon, and chili. Then I will finish it with preserved lemon, pickled apricot, and parsley.
Let's set some benchmark rules here.
Okay.
We are both doing toppings to our hummus so that it looks pretty. However, during the blind taste test,
That's not useful for anyone, because he's a better cook than you are.
Hummus on a spoon.
hummus on a spoon or with a pita chip is all he's allowed to do, right?
Hummus on a spoon.
Right.
The toppings are for us.
Yeah, fine.
So you're both using a big old blender. Do you have to use a blender? Could I use a mini chopper? Could you do it by hand?
You absolutely need to blend it. It has to be a puree of chickpeas and tahini and other bits and pieces, but you can do it in smaller batches or possibly with a stick blender.
Ebbers,
No.
use your little muscles.
No. Depending entirely on the consistency you want, you can always add in more of that chickpea cooking liquid to get something that is really, really soft, fluffy and spoonable.
It's looking good, look at that.
Come on.
Chickpea batch 2.
Oh, he's not sure.
It's good. A few more chickpeas and then I'll be able to do some final tweaking with my flavours. We're done. That is very nearly a great hummus. When I serve it up and it's got the olive oil on top, that's when it's going to come to life. I'm going for 2 really simple toppings. Number 1, lamb kofta kebab balls. Lamb mince, a load of spices, some herbs, into balls, roast them off in a really hot oven.
Last top tip, once you've got the hummus the consistency you want, cool it down in an ice bath just to stop the skin forming.
And then final topping, I have some leftover jumbo chickpeas, so I'm just going to fry them off with a little bit of cumin and a little bit of oil to get some nice crispy bits to go on top.
Once your hummus has cooled to room temperature, then season to taste, and that's pretty much our chef's submission.
Whoa! What are you doing?
They'll be fine. So that is my hummus dish using all of the tips from YouTube. Take that, Edders.
Amazing, exciting. Let's taste them and crown a winner.
The thought of having to cook after a long day can be... Our meal packs app can change this. First, pick a meal pack. Meal packs contain 3 or more recipes that make you go, whoa, I want to eat that. These will be your meals for the week. It then generates one shopping list. And this is the clever bit, it stretches that list of ingredients across all those meals, using up all the fresh food you buy. Once you've bought your ingredients, we take you step by step through the cooking with written and audio guides.
Fry for 7 to 8 minutes.
Throw in automatic timers, smartly placed cues to wash up as you go, and twists from other users so you can adapt recipes to suit your tastes, and you can join the thousands of people changing this into this. Use our 30-day free trial to complete just one meal pack and you'll see the difference for yourself.
Okay, Baz, blind taste testing. This is all riding on you. You have A and B in front of you, one by the chefs, one by the internet. Taste away and make your judgment.
Right. So let's start with A.
Nice.
Oh. It's a punchy start. It's heavily seasoned. I think well.
Oh, great.
It's a lot thinner of a hummus than I was expecting. Heavily seasoned. Lemon is cutting through at the end. But I am hit with a lot of tahini as well in that.
B.
Oh, it feels thicker. More gloopy. More gloopy. Straight away, a lot more subtle. Well seasoned. It tastes more of a chickpea and less of salt and lemon. Probably a more well-rounded hummus. Usually I would take a bit of time trying to work out which one I like and more, but for me, this B one straight away is a standout, better flavour of hummus, and probably texture-wise as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being bold because
You are being
that
bold.
one felt really obvious to me.
Barry, D blindfold. I can reveal that the winner that you picked was the internet. YouTube take the win.
What do you mean, that's a good thing. We're in this
know,
together.
I mean,
it's the normals
I know,
versus the
but-
chef.
I was really harsh thinking I'm going to tear Jamie a new one.
Well, it's all
Thanks, mate.
decision made. Decision made.
To your right, there are the finished dishes. Let's get in there. Let's try it. Oh, I couldn't disagree more.
Jamie, yours, B, is how we've always done hummus, which is straight out the tin or jar and actually just go straight away. You get the smoother consistency by cooking them, but that's not necessarily what people want, as is evident.
I reckon, as is usually the case, if you can get the top quality ingredients and nick some of your hacks, you could create a super hummus.
The key that you picked up on, tons of flavour. That really does punch in the face. I think that's delicious. But you really can taste the quality of the chickpeas in there, and you went for premium chickpea. I love the texture, and I love almost the subtlety of this, because when you eat it with other bits, it complements the meat. The lamb is delicious. So, you know, well done, mate. You've
Well done.
created a stonking hummus.
Congrats.
I am
But so have
sorry.
you.
I am
That is
sorry.
stunning.
And
It's
the good
amazing.
news is we're going to publish both recipes in the link down below, so you can do either one or pick the best bits and tips of each. Make up your own.
Let me know, did I do your tips justice?
Took the win, mate.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
Yeah. It's so funny. Ben has to cut his lemons into 3 because he's only got small hands.
Shut up. I can't squeeze a half a lemon.
Oh, I can see. He's got the
Well,
grip.
I get more juice out of it that way. Small hands. It's all about adapting.